Hi, today I'm going to show you how to fill out the sticking for this rudiment chart for snare drum. This is Unit A. If you are doing this as a digital assignment, you will type in the way I am typing in, and I will guide you through that. If you are doing this as a paper and pencil assignment, then you will simply write in your answers. And I know it says write it above the notes in the directions, but I had more room to put the text box underneath. So please write it below. So for each example, you will start with a right hand lead. So you will start with an R in the top box and a left hand lead starting with an L in the second box. And for the paradiddles, you start with whichever lead it says. So it tells you specifically start with right or start with left. So let's start with number 1, alternate. If we alternate our sticking and we have right hand and we have left hand, you are going to start with a capital R, space, then we change, we alternate to an L. Put a space in between, and that's going to be important in a minute. R again, because we're alternating, L again. So the first quarter note, right, left, R, L, R, L. In the next box down, we start with that left hand lead, so we reverse it. Left, space, right, space, left, space, right, space. So make sure that you do have a space in between, and you just put R for right and L for left. You don't have to type out or spell out the entire word. So that is whenever you alternate your sticking. For double stroke, it's exactly how it sounds. 2 with one hand, 2 with the other hand. So we'll start with a right hand lead. So we have R for right twice with a space in between, and then L for left twice with a space in between. For the next text box, you'll reverse that. You will start with your L and then 2 R's. For number 3, paradiddle, start with right. Para, you're going to alternate, and then diddle, double. So if we have a right hand lead paradiddle, I will start with right, then left, and then double up on my right. Again, space in between. That's really important. If you don't add the space and you're doing this digitally, it'll be marked incorrect. Paradiddle, starting with the left hand lead, again, we're alternating left, then right, and then double on the left. Okay. So far this has all been capital letters. For the flams, this is where we can run into some problems potentially. So if you are writing this by hand, you are going to make a very small letter to show the grace note sticking. So the grace note is this tiny little note here, and then a large letter right next to it for the actual beat. Unfortunately, I can't do that on this screen. So the way we're going to get around that is to make the grace notes lowercase and then the note that they are attached to uppercase. If we're starting with the right hand lead for the flam, I'm going to put a lowercase r and a capital L. And they're right next to each other, no space. Then I'm going to alternate and have a lowercase l and a capital R. Space. Lowercase r, capital L next to each other, then a space for the next one. Lowercase l, capital R. For the second text box, we reverse it and we start with a left hand lead. So I'm going to put a lowercase l, capital R, no space. For the next beat, I've added in my space. I start with a lowercase r, capital L. And you're going to repeat that pattern. So I have another video where I show how to do flams, and you can see my sticking and the stick height. This is just a written representation of that. So for the rest of this particular sheet, You've got 3 more lines, all the same sticking, all of the same prompts. You just have them in a different order. So refer to this top line to help you with the rest of it, and you will fill that out. But that's what it should look like, and I hope this was helpful for the snare drum rudiments just to get you started, and we'll see you next time.